The Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey is demanding renewed government action against illegal mining. Flight thrust into focus after 8 Ghanaians died in a helicopter crash a week ago. The group is calling for the interdiction and dismissal of MMDCs and police commanders in affected districts and strict Iyoko arrest of politicians allegedly linked to Galamsey. And we'll get into the specifics shortly. But first, here are voices of Senor Hosi of the One Ghana Movement and Darubosu Deputy Director at Rocha Ghana, and Professor Mamudu Akulugu, UTAC President, all urging government to turn this tragedy into decisive action. They spoke on the PM Express.
Going to become of the life of these children. All these people, 8 widows, all of a sudden, plus. My brother, His Excellency the President, I believe, has been hit more than anybody. His relationship with the likes of Amani and Co. For me, he has lost a heartbeat. It is personal to him. That's why when he says the loss is personal to him, he meant it in every way. The man is not stable. He can't be stable because what has happened is getting home. So if there's no awakening at all that ever existed, as for this one, it's an awakening for everybody. Let's make this count. Major Mahama lost his life. Let's not make Omane and the 8 others. Muchala. No, not at all.
So there's no way we can sit down and ignore this sacrifice.
Yeah.
We cannot.
Yeah.
It's something we need to really take seriously. If we were thinking of just going to let this responsible cooperative mining just go on as just like the community mining was, then this should be the turning point. Nothing should be the same ever again. We need to do things differently. We need to deal with this menace once and for all.
Yeah.
For us in academia, we believe that there is no any better opportune time to get this done than now, because of the fact that everybody agrees that the loss of these 8 people must not go in vain.
Well, the convener for the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey, Dr. Kenneth Appiah, says President Mahama should immediately interdict and dismiss MMDC and police officers in Galamsey-affected areas.
We'll be asking His Excellency the President that anywhere you have Galamsey, you should immediately dismiss the MCE and the DCE and the police commanders who are in those communities, the national security people who are in those communities. After you've dismissed them, immediately you need to interdict them and start investigating them for complicity. You dismiss them for incompetence, and then you start investigating them for complicity. Because if you're an MCE, DCE, you are the chairman of the national, district or municipal security committee, and you are also the chairperson of the mining committee, and there's Galamsey happening in your place, you are either incompetent or you are complicit, or both. And in both ways, you are not a good representative. So if the president says that one of the KPIs that he's given to the police, to the DC's MC, then we should start seeing that being called out. Yeah. Immediately. We should start seeing that being called out.
Well, he adds that the Economic and Organized Crime Office must also arrest politicians also involved in Galamsey.
In the room, the politically exposed person, Senor will draw in the business-connected people, these criminals. And we're not dealing with them, we're dealing with them with kid gloves. And so that's what we need. We want to see the president do. And so the head of Iyoko, I'm not too sure why is it that when he came to Wuntumi, there was a show of it. And he was called. Why is it that we've not seen Yamin and the third deputy vice president of the NDC also arrested and the investigations being carried out? There's several, these police people, the national security people who went there, their faces are on camera. Why is it that we're not seeing anything about it? And some of them, we have petitions against them, like the NDC MP for Awen, who his traditional authority says he's complicit in it. There was one MP as well who was caught on tape. Erastus was there when the police had gone to the particular place and were dealing with people who were mining by the side of the road. This MP, he called me the last time trying to explain that that's not what he wanted to do. But he was talking to these people saying, an illegality that is happening. And if you take the Act 955, anybody who facilitates Galamsey is also guilty of it. And so, like the same way that 9/11, when it happened, when those people drove into the Twin Towers, you saw the attitude of the Americans towards it. That is what we need to do.
And this is environmental terrorism too. This is terrorism too.
Yes, environmental terrorism and not only that, this is an activity that has led, in the last 5 years, Ghana has lost 11.4 billion. How much money is the IMF giving us?
And you'll recall that ahead of the 2024 elections, the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey secured a pact from presidential candidates, committing them to the fight. Now, a month ago, the University Teachers Association of Ghana gave government 90 days to fully implement the pact. UTAC President Professor Mamudu Akulugu says they will shut down the tertiary education system if nothing is done to honor the 8 individuals that got killed in the crash.
Doesn't trigger the kind of decisive action that is required to get us to the promised land. As usual, UTAC will definitely advise itself, and if it requires that we close the system to get things done before we open up, we will do that.